This week we'll see the next instalment of Harry and Meghan's documentary. It's going to drop on Netflix on Thursday. There's already been a preview. Let's have a look. Gorgeous photograph. Royal editor Russell Myers joins me now. There's more.
Yes.
We've got the first lot, second lot's about to descend upon us. And we understand Prince William is not going to be watching this.
Well,
but come on.
Come on.
Do you not think he will?
I think he will.
I think you'd have to.
There's been an awful lot of briefing that the royals aren't watching it. They've got better things to do. I imagine they have got better things to do. They're getting on with the job. And, you know, we saw William talking to some of the Earthshot winners last week. King Charles has been out and about. But I think you would want to know, wouldn't you? You'd want to know. But so far, so good for the royals, I think. There hasn't been
terrible things that's made you going, oh, I can't believe they said that.
Exactly.
You know, it hasn't. It's really been more about their story, which I guess is what they said it was going to be. But maybe, a little chink of light, a Christmas truce, perhaps.
Perhaps, yes. I mean, you know, the season of goodwill to all men and women. And, you know, my granny always used to say that children can be the light in a family.
Absolutely.
And in this sense, that with some reports over the weekend that the Waleses and the Sussexes are going to be exchanging Christmas presents, not to one another, but to each other's children.
Well, of course.
Exactly.
Because you would.
You would, indeed.
They're nieces and nephews.
They are the innocent parties in all of this.
And they need to get
And it's good that they're not being so petty. So lots of presents doing the trip over the pond.
Now, one of the things that we learned was about Meghans' family, an extended family, and I thought it was really sad that her niece didn't get invited to the wedding, and I still don't really understand that. But Thomas Markle has responded, hasn't he, to some of this?
Well, he has, and this is sort of, you know, we've been talking about this for so long now, and the disintegration of her relationship with her father is very, very sad, of course. I think Harry said that quite pointedly in the documentary. You know, if it wasn't for me, then she'd still have her dad. And, you know, it's from his own doing. I mean, he was sort of colluding with newspapers and whatnot.
He was a silly, silly man.
He was to put it mildly.
And he should have answered their calls.
And so what was it? I mean, in his defence, he was saying that he sort of got caught up in it, and then he was in hospital. He'd had a heart attack, and they were sort of gave examples of the text messages between them. Now, Meghan pointed out and said that in one of those messages, he had never called her Meghan. He always used to call her Meg.
Yes.
And he said, well, he was just sort of angry. He was upset.
But you do that with people, don't you? You
Well,
give
my
them
mother
their
does
full
that
name.
to me, definitely.
Yes.
So, I can understand what he was saying at that point. However, you know, it's just a bit messy, and the fact that, you know, I think people will feel a bit sorry for Meghan, really. That's this is still ongoing.
Too. I mean, he's not covered himself in glory, let's be honest. But at the same time, I always maintained, and we've said this before, as soon as the engagement happened, that wee fella should have been scooped up, brought over here and protected.
And looked after. I mean, Meghan, to her credit, did say that they did try to do that, and I think he just got caught up in the whole machine of it all. And, yeah, it's a bit of a sad situation.
Now, look, some of the calls over the weekend from a lot of the newspapers were that should they or should they not attend the coronation. A lot of people saying they shouldn't. But come on, if Prince Andrew's going to be there, if dodgy heads of state, and you know how dodgy some of them are, if they're all going to be at the coronation, of course they should be there,
Well,
surely.
I think, you know, it'll be an interesting one to see if they do turn up. And
it should definitely get invited.
Without doubt, they will be invited. You know, they've been
should.
invited over for Christmas. I'm told that they won't be over here celebrating with the rest of the family at Sandringham. However, one would expect that they will be invited. However, we still do have Harry's book, and we haven't had any bombshells in the Netflix documentary.
About that. Well, I hadn't forgotten about it, but that was still to come.
Absolutely, what is going to come out of the book, and one would imagine that will be a bit more explosive because it's sort of his story on his own. However, you know, lots of calls from MPs and peers to saying that they shouldn't be invited. Listen, it's got nothing to do with anyone else. It would be to do with that chap who's on the screen. The King will be inviting them.
He'll be the one to decide.
And he'll be the one to decide.
And really interesting, though, because we did a poll on this, and 58% of our viewers said they should be banned. So it's pretty much down the middle. But I do think, I mean, if Andrew's not there and all these other dodgy people aren't there, then fine. But actually, no, because if you invite people like that, then they should be there as well.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
No, I think that it's in the balance. Put it that way.
Sure.
And, I think they will be invited.
Now, look, this comes out part 2 on Thursday. But Kate has got Princess of Wales, as she is now. She's got her big carol concert, which is a big deal.
It is
for her and the royal
family.
And again, the same day.
It is on the same day. So you know, you can even write the headlines at the moment, can't you? The royal family is sort of uniting behind the Princess of Wales. This is, you remember when she played played the piano last year.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Caused a huge storm because
lovely.
everyone got behind it, and it was
Yeah.
fantastic. So that is on Thursday as the second part. The next 3 episodes come out.
Right.
And we've seen a couple of little teasers already talking about the business of family, but the business of the business, the firm as well. So will it be sort of the conflicts of how they wanted to operate? We've already had Harry talking about the hierarchy of the monarchy. And again, like I said, we haven't had these bombshells. It's very much a part of telling their love story, telling the reasons why they left the UK. So, you know, will there be a bit of mudslinging here? I mean, I think it's gone fairly well for that. I don't think that they will be disappointed on how it's gone. I mean, there's been an awful lot of headlines about it. But
so much attention. Netflix will be kicking their height because
well,
I mean, it's done better than anything else I think that they've ever had on, which is quite extraordinary. But there it is. As you said, it's keep calm and carry on for the royal family, and Charles and Camilla have released their first Christmas card.
They have, and you know, this is a really sweet nod to the Queen actually, because this picture was taken just a few days after her passing on September the 3rd, taken by a good friend of mine, Sam Hussein. Fantastic picture taken at the Braemar Royal Gathering, and you know, something that the Queen used to love to go to in Scotland, and we obviously know that how much she was loved and how much she loved being there. So lovely nod to them, nice picture, and again, as you say, keep calm, carry on. And we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens
on
Thursday. Thank you for now. I think we might well be discussing this on Thursday.
Just a bit, yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much indeed.